St. George's is a vibrant parish. It's wonderful, it's full of life, it has great energy, great potential, and there are lots of wonderful people. I don't think I could have asked for a better placement to integrate me fully into the Episcopal Church. I am extremely happy and elated and grateful that I've been given the opportunity to serve here at St. George's. It was a bittersweet year. The first half of the year was extremely challenging. We had great inconsistency in the attendance and a lot of inclement weather that prohibited people's attendance at church, and it seemed as though we lost motivation. It seemed as though we had lacked the energy and the enthusiasm that I had come to know and experience here in this congregation. And we needed a shot of adrenaline. We needed some vitality. I think a part of that too was my own challenge. Last year was in times very difficult. I lost my spiritual director, and he would be the one I would bounce ideas off of. He would be the one that I would use as a sounding board, who offered me sound spiritual advice. So early in the year, I felt this loss of vitality. And it was about mid-year that we started to pay attention to it in more detail. And of course, the latter half of the year I thought was excellent. I thought we had a great enthusiasm about us. What were some of those challenges? The most obvious, of course, was our financial burden, the deficit. Whenever money is tight, things go awry. Families feel it, and it creates a lot of tension. It's no different in the church. I think as money got tight, as our budget was being stretched, and we found ourselves spending more than we were bringing in, it created that loss of energy. I believe it fed into the loss of enthusiasm. And so something had to be done. After much prayer, after much thought, I was grateful that God had knocked on my door through a friend whom I'm forever grateful for. The support that that friend has given to my ministry and to the church here at St. George's, and out of just sheer generosity. And I think that was the spark that got the fire going. Notwithstanding, of course, the efforts of the 60th anniversary committee, whom had been punctuating the year with memorable moments. I remember entering the church when we celebrated the 60th anniversary, and I was left in awe. It was an indescribable moment because I felt a surge of energy within the church. And Canon Dan Webster, even after he had left, he said, "What a great parish." That was a testament to what we have here at St. George's. And I saw us come together in a way that helped me to realize the depth and the richness of this parish, the great resource that we are, not only to this community, but to the diocese. And I'm hoping that that can be further strengthened and nourished. I think some of the other challenges for me were with regard to the loss that we feel. Whenever you lose a limb or a member of the body, it's very difficult. I think the loss of Patricia Ruggles, at the 11 o'clock service, and just her presence, her generosity, that will be missed. We had a wonderful homegoing service for her, but losing Pat was like losing one of your best friends. She was here at this parish. She contributed in so many ways, and we'll miss her a lot. I think our communication was a huge challenge. I mean, the events that were supposed to take place, a lot were cancelled or things were not executed properly, and that speaks to the system, the breakdown in the system. And as leader, of course, I take full responsibility for that, and I look at that and intend to be on top of that in 2016. You know, when communication breaks down, I think a lot more breaks down, and we feel and we see that rippling effect throughout the congregation. And hopefully 2016 will be a different year for us. I try not to be overly optimistic, but I cannot, in all fairness, say that last year was all challenges, because there were some incredible moments throughout the year, moments that will last forever and have been etched in our memories. Perhaps the first, as I mentioned, was the 60th anniversary. I cannot thank Beth Hester and her team enough for what they did for this parish. I think it was a great booster, particularly the 60th anniversary dinner and dance. And it started way back in January when they had the games night. Obviously, I'm not great at poker because even Keenan beat me. But be that as it may, that was a significant moment. And I thank God for 60 years of ministry here within the community of Hampstead, Manchester, and Westminster, and beyond. And I pray that we will be even more faithful in the ensuing years, and that we will become more committed to the cause of God and help to build His kingdom. And so all of the events for the 60th anniversary were fantastic. They were marvelous, and hats off. Kudos to those ladies and gentlemen who worked so diligently behind the scenes to bring that to fruition and to help us realize and celebrate in such grand style. Another positive was that despite some of our losses, there was a great increase as well in the members that have attended, that joined the church. That in itself evidences that something's happening here, that God's presence is here and still attracting people. And I look forward to more individuals joining this congregation. And I pray that we will continue to be a loving and supportive environment, but even more so open to others coming in and becoming engrossed and really become a part of the family here at St. George's. Yeah, perhaps the greatest moment that truly show forth the richness and the resource that we are here at St. George was the deficit reduction campaign. I know that I mentioned this earlier, but I'm telling you that for me, that outpouring of support was incredible. It was overwhelming, it was touching, and I am eternally grateful for the response given. And I hope that as we move forward, we could really put those same resources, that same kind of energy into the work here at St. George's. What do I envision for the future of St. George's? Yeah, tough question, but a very good one, because without vision, the people perish. You know, it is my hope that by the year 2020, as I had said in 2013, the 7-year plan, and 7 being God's perfect number, that we will be so strong a parish that ministries will be operating even more effectively. I'm hoping that we would have a stronger outreach and evangelism ministry to this wider community, that our programs are not only in-house, but they are really outward led to bring people in. My hope is that every Sunday, at least at the 9 o'clock service, there could be about 100 people present every Sunday. Yeah, I know that's a high, lofty goal, but it's not impossible, right? And just think about the inconsistency and when everybody is here. I'd like to see 50 people at the 11 o'clock service. I'm hoping and envisioning a deeper commitment for our parish. I'm hoping and praying that there is a renewed commitment to God and His church. I pray daily and constantly for that for St. George's. You know, I envision the day when we can have an assistant priest. Well, you have to get a full-time priest first, right? I envision a strong, vibrant church. That's my hope. And I haven't given up on the vision for that center, you know, that multi-purpose center on our grounds where we can really just engage in so many activities, where we reach out to the homeless, where we reach out to those suffering from the mental ills and the drug and alcohol addictions. My hope is that through my ministry here, I would have helped in some small way to help transform people's lives for the better. My hope is that through the work I do, God will be seen in me. God will work through me. I hope that this year will bring greater communication. You know, our people's warden is always on me about that, and I think he's absolutely right. Communication is key, and it's needed. It has to be clear, and it has to be constant in order for people to really get the message. And so I hope to see a transformation in this parish for the better by the year 2020. That's going to require us to be preoccupied with failure. We're going to have to be more proactive than reactive. And we're going to have to do some intentional planning. And we're going to have to hold a vision before the church. We're going to have to co-create leadership, because I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You know, we need each other, and we all need God. There are a lot of people that I need to thank for this past year, because I know that I could not do it without such great support. I think first and foremost, I give God thanks for His grace and mercy, for the wonderful privilege of allowing me to serve continuously here, and for the wonderful opportunity given me. And for that, I say thank you. I want to say thank you to the support team here in the office. Of course, Joanne, who is incredible and who continues to go above and beyond, who is always willing. I treasure her, and I treasure the work that she does. I want to say thank you to Steve Blag and to Allegra for their continued work and diligence with the readers and with the altar service. Just the organization of that takes so much away, and it's such an integral part of the Sunday worship experience. And so I'm forever grateful and indebted to them for their hard work there. Of course, to Ralph and the choir. I mean, music, you know, that's the soul and heart at times of worship. And so I say thank you, choir. Thank you for your diligence and for your continued steadfast commitment to the worship experience of our parishioners. And thank you to the children's choir who made a mark. You know, it's embarrassed. Everybody is looking at them, and they really made a mark of them. They put St. George's on the map in a profound way. You know, you talk about a child leading. Yes, kudos. I thank them for their continued participation in the children's sermon. You know, that for me, I look forward to that every Sunday because I never know what I'm going to get. I never know how they're going to respond. And it provides such an interesting conversation and learning experience. They're pure, they're innocent, and they bring a lot of laughter and joy to this congregation. And I thank the parents for continuously bringing them and to showing them and choosing to nurture them in the way of God. I want to say thank you to the 60th Anniversary Committee, to all of them for their hard work and diligence. I want to say thank you to the Friend of St. George who helped to provide the impetus for us to erase our deficit. And I hope that we can change that trajectory in 2016 where we don't have to go back down that path. I want to say thank you to Mike, our treasurer, for his continued hard work and helping to finagle and to manage the numbers and the budget in a way that we can really engage in service. I want to say thank you for your hard work there. I want to say thank you to the wardens. You know, their support means a great deal to me. They have been very diligent and very open to a lot of my ideas, but they've been very forthcoming and very much observant as to what is happening in the parish and things that need to be addressed. I want to say thank you to the Altar Guild and to all of the commission heads for the wonderful work that they continue to do. A special thanks to Sheila, who this year passed the baton on as the leader of book club, but she continues in her ministry with pastoral care. And so thank you, Sheila, for your hard work and for your continued support there. Thank you for continuing to nourish our minds through your efforts with the book club. I want to say thank you to Diane and all of others in the book club who've helped to carry on that tradition where we not only love God with heart and soul, but with mind as well. I want to say thank you to Tony. I know that Tony retired, well, as much as we would allow him to retire. I want to say thank you for your hard work, Tony. I want to say thank you for the support. Thank you for your continued openness and the many ways in which you give to this congregation. You've served well. You've served here in a sterling manner, and we appreciate that. May God continue to bless you in your ministry. May God continue to bless you in all that you do. Of course, to the ushers and all those who greet and welcome the people, and to those who serve on various committees in any way, any form or any capacity, I say thank you. And finally, last but not least, thank you to the parishioners for your wonderful support. May we continue to pray for each other, uplift each other, bless each other with our talents and our love. And may 2016 be a dynamic year for all of us. God bless you all. Jesus says, turn around and face the congregation. Jesus says, tell the congregation, go Patriots.
Go Patriots! Go Patriots! Wait, what? I like the Patriots!
Jesus says, go to your seat. Thank you very much. Listen to Jesus this week, okay? Thank you.